Is it still recording? I'm like paranoid.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Patrick. We're back again with another episode of Stone Cinema. This time we're going to focus on Die Hard. John McClane is flying to LA to surprise his wife at a Christmas party, and he gets there and she's surprised. So they're like chatting in her office, and then Mr. Takagi comes in. He's like, "Yo, Holly, like you gotta come give a speech, cause you're the only one here who knows how to give a speech." And so she like tells John, like, wait here. And this is when John takes off his shoes and does the fist with his feet. And right then, that's when the terrorists show up. So they come up the elevator, they bust in, start firing off guns. John like checks out the door, he's looking. He sees some of the terrorists like checking out the offices, so he's like, oh snap, like what am I gonna do? He dives out of the office when they're not looking, and the terrorist reveals himself. He's like, I'm Hans Gruber, I know everything about all of you. And he's like waving around. He starts just listing facts about people. You went to Brandeis, I knew that. You got a PhD in being an asshole. Your mother was an alcoholic. I know all of these things about you. I'm Hans Gruber. Where's Mr. Takagi? He finally narrows it down to which guy Mr. Takagi is. So he sits him down at this like old school 80s computer. He's like, what are the codes? And Takagi's like, I don't know the codes. And Hans Gruber's like, what are the codes? And Takagi's like, I don't know. And even if you had the codes, you wouldn't be able to get into our vault. Hans Gruber's like, Then he shoots him in the head. John McClane happened to be watching this the whole time. So John McClane's like, this is a more serious threat than I originally anticipated from terrorists bursting into my wife's Christmas party. He goes up to the roof, tries to call the police now on the restricted line. And so when he calls, the police pick up and they're like, who's this? And he's like, hey, yo, can you send some police over here? There's a terrorist. And the cop's like, yo, you can't call us on this restricted line. You need to call us on 911, essentially. He's like, okay, fair enough. The terrorists have been listening on their own radio. They come up on the roof and they start shooting at John. So he starts like dodging a little bit. And the lady cop was like, okay, he hung up. Well, let's send one cop, maybe see if there's anything going on over there. And John checks his watch. It's like, man, they should have sent a cop by now. Finally, the cop shows up, and John's like, I need to let this cop know that shit's going down. And so the terrorist that's shooting at him, John like catcalls him over. The terrorist is like, oh, what's that? And John just flips him right off the roof, smashes 30 stories down below. The cop's like, I think a body just landed on my car. John calls Hans Gruber to glow. Yo, I'm gonna kill all you. Hans is like, no, you're not. You think you can take us on, cowboy, all alone? John McClane's like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Finally, all the FBI and the more cops show up. Turns out that's what Hans Gruber was waiting for the whole time. He's like, great, now that the FBI is here, they're gonna cut the power to the whole building, which is something that only they could do for some reason. That's exactly what the FBI does. Once they cut the power to the whole building, blam, they get into the secret vault, and John grabs the fire hose at this point, swings down 3 stories, smashes through the window. They're standing near a window. John realizes he only has 2 bullets left, but he has 2 guns. So he walks out, and it only looks like he has the bigger gun. Hans Gruber's like, we've got more guns than you. Drop yours. John McClane's like, okay, Hans, I'll do whatever you say, just don't hurt my wife. And Hans is like, now you've been beaten. I'm gonna get away with all the money, and you didn't do anything to stop me. Then John McClane's like, heard of duct tape, bitch? And like rips this gun that he taped to his back off, and bang, bang, shoots both the dudes. Hans Gruber flips out the window. So they're like playing tug of war with her, and then whoop, falls like 30 flights. Done to his death. And now John like picks up Holly and he's like, so what do you think, honey? Am I a worthwhile husband? And she's like, well, you sure did kill a lot of dudes for me today. John's like, okay, I'm glad we resolved that, but I'm still gonna be a New York cop for the time being, because I fucking hate LA.
Why doesn't he like LA? What's wrong with LA?
He doesn't like people showing affection. He doesn't like his kids that much. He loves his job. That's his thing. He's like I got too much backlogged stuff to ever leave New York, you know, too many cases that I haven't solved. Because he's really not that great of a cop, because he's always doing his lone wolf thing.
True.
I'm high on life, never coming down. Clouds of smoke billowing deep into the night. Smoke with me, babe, won't you? Marijuana shimmering, movie screen flickering. Smoke with me, babe, won't you?